I am playing this music on repeat. This is, I think, one of the best soundtrack we've done over the last probably few years, I'd say. Big news then. Big news. Hello, everyone. Hello, with no countdown. Hello, Joe. Hello, Edmond. How is your wrist or elbow? Was it? I don't remember. Edmond, for everyone, Edmond is in rehab these days because he's recovering from some injury. But we're with him and we're helping him recover. So, Edmond, get well soon. We are Terminator, big stuff. I mean, I'm going to come back to Terminator later towards the end of the stream, but we wanted to open with this big teaser trailer and the announcement that the beta is now officially open for subscriptions. So if you want to join the beta for Terminator, subscribe on slitherine.com/beta, and you can leave us a message there, and we'll be checking it out later when the beta is officially kicking off. But getting there as soon as you can doesn't guarantee a place, but we'll take that into consideration. Um, they had a lot of power run through them yesterday. I guess that now comes the hard time for you, Edmund. Um, the Also, the other thing I wanted to say about Terminator is that we have a new Discord channel open. You can check it out on Discord. I think Mr. Edmond is going to send us a link there to subscribe to the to the Discord channel of Terminator, where we're going to post news items, information, screenshots, and more as we go, as we approach release date. We are targeting to release the game before the end of this year. There's a lot of excitement towards this game. We have, uh, you know, probably one. I'd be bullish about it. Probably the best looking RTS in that's going to release this year. The game just looks amazing. It's also got a very cool storyline and a lot more in-house for you. So if you're curious about it, but also if you want to give your contribution to the success of the game, subscribe to the beta and give us your opinion. Hello, Lituanus. What do you think about all this going live with no countdown? So we are just surprising you with our presence, basically. Hello, Nexus. One thing about Terminator, we are going to get back to that. I was saying at the end of the stream, make sure you follow all the different channels for the game, because basically this sort of beta trailer sort of kicks off the marketing voyage towards the release. So if you follow the different YouTube channel, Twitch, and more, you'll get to know more about the game as we go. Hello, Captain Darwin. Big day for you today, and this is basically the big news. It's Thursday, so we're releasing games. And the big release today is, of course, Flashpoint Campaigns Southern Storm releasing on Steam. It's big. It's big. I mean, we're very, very excited about it. Flashpoint Campaigns launched towards the end of last year. Critical response was amazing. The developers at OTS have been working hard to fix a lot of the little, rough edges and such before the Steam release. And we're here, we're releasing the game with the addition of the Canadian campaign and Canadian maps. So it's the release on Steam includes all the latest releases. And we're very excited about it. Releasing a war game on Steam is usually something that we take very carefully. Not everyone on Steam is ready for these types of products, and usually we need a lot more curation of the feedback, of the reviews and such. So I'm happy that Flashpoint campaign Southern Storm releases today in its all its beauty, and there's a lot of excitement on that. A number of tweaks to yeah, I guess Jim was, Jim is right. There's it's a never-ending job, right? When you release a game, you find out that there's more to do and more to do and more to do. But I'm also aware of the fact that probably Flashpoint Campaign Southern Storm is one of the games with the least amount of issues I encountered in the last 10 years. So it's in pretty good form, Jim, and I'm very happy that we're making this step towards a wider audience. And why not, selling more copies of one of the most important war game series that there's around. Hello, gamer. Good to see you. Hello, Alex. And Underlord. Will Terminator have a skirmish mode? Yes, we will have a skirmish mode for Terminator. On more details of the different game modes that Terminator has will be revealed as we go, but we're definitely planning a skirmish mode for the game. Personally, I like the countdown. Watching the second stick by is the most excitement I get on Thursdays these days. I think some of you were saying about the music, and they want to want more about the music because it was like the recurring tune on a Thursday afternoon. But the problem with countdowns is that you've got this. It's all about levels of interest. So you get a lot of people coming into the stream and then they're dropping out because they're not interested in watching all the countdown, and then they never go back. So it's all about this thing, and then for YouTube, then it's easier to upload the VODs and such. So that's really the main reason. But we'll find a way of supplying you with the tea time music more in the future. Do we have an expected release date for Terminator? I would say that before the end of the year is the closest I can get to giving you a release date. There's a lot of ifs and hows that we have to uncover with the development, but also there's a lot of competition out there for RTSs this year. So we don't want to be releasing, 1 week away of another big release, so we want to coordinate that as much as possible so that any RTS fan has the time to digest everything that's in the market and make sure that that there's no congestion in releases for what it's worth. Um, some news about Warhammer Armageddon DLC or next part something, or maybe another new war game like Panzer El Baron. There's no plan for a war game based Warhammer game at the moment. There's no such thing in our minds. There's plans for Panzer that's for sure. I'm going to come to that in a moment. But no plan for a Warhammer based war game or sci-fi or fantasy based war game at the moment. I don't know if you can hear, but it's raining cats and dogs here, and there's a lot. It's a bit creepy because we are here in the basement and we can hear the sound of the rain. It's pretty interesting. Who knows what will go wrong today. On other news that I wanted to give you, we officially started the marketing approach campaign for Rule the Waves 3. The game is going to release on May 16th, I think. Let me check. I had a note about it. I swear I had a note about it. Yes, May 18th. May 18th. The game release on May 18th on Steam, on our site, and on NWS's site. Of course, the game is, the nerdiest naval war game you could expect, but it's also the most complete naval simulation you will probably encounter ever. The number three means that it's a huge step forward in terms of features and content and actual stuff to do in the game compared to number two. We are working on creating a document, like a detailed document on what is coming that is new on Ruler Waves 3 compared to Ruler Waves 2. Don't expect a big overhaul in graphics or anything. That's not the case. Ruler Waves 3 is very much about the gameplay and how it plays and such. So we're having to sort of put together all these elements information that you can see what is new in the game as well. Nerdy, yes. Deep. I'd say nerdy because it does mean also that it's not only deep, but it's addressing a specific audience and someone who's really into this type of thing. So it's more like the people who play the game rather than the depth of the game itself. There's a lot of deep stuff that's not nerdy, and I like to use that term, but that's exactly the point. Absolutely. um I don't feel oh gosh, Edmund. On Rule the Waves 3, one thing I wanted to say was, if you follow on the Matrix forums and on the product page, you'll see a lot of news coming in the coming days. There's a lot of ARs being prepared. There's developer diaries. There's new screenshots coming out with features and things. So uh, be prepared that we're gonna, overload you with information about the game from now until release and after release. We're pretty excited about it. This is the first time we work with NWS on a release. We're trying sort of to give this added value and make sure that the game gets the maximum visibility, but also I think it's a good experiment for us to bring again, like we're doing Flashpoint Campaigns, Southern Storm today, a game into Steam that's probably, would not get the mass attention that it deserves in when it launches only on a specific wargaming site or on the publisher site in that case. So hopefully the Steam audience will understand what we're trying to do, and a lot of players will find it interesting to discover this game, and I'm pretty excited and curious to see what's going to happen about it. And in the meantime, if you have questions about anything, just ask. But I try and cover the most amount of products as we unfold this episode of tea time. I've got tea today for once. Usually I use coffee or beer. The tea today. The day that rainy day calls for a nice little cup of tea. On other news, we've got news for Panzer Corps. So remember last week I told you about the new multiplayer modes we're introducing. It's The chess maps are going to be dropped in the game very soon. We are having, I think, three chess maps releasing very, very soon, and there will be also new multiplayer maps. The ones that were used for the World Championship will also be dropped into the game for using multiplayer in Panzer Corps in the next big update, in the next big multiplayer update. Next week, we're going to announce more about Axe Operation 1945, which is coming soon, very, very soon. The target date we've got is May. Not exactly sure when in May, but definitely something that we're targeting to achieve within the month. May's pretty busy. We've got events coming for Terminator, events coming for Stargate. We've got events coming for. We've got a big offsite with all the company getting together at the beginning of May. It's going to be a pretty busy month for us. We've got a lot of promotions as well coming. So make sure that you tune in. And so Panzer Corps Axis Operation 1945 is releasing on in May as well. So on Thursday next week, we'll release the free multiplayer update with the chess maps. And there will be a tournament sign up starting. The sign-ups for the new tournament using the chess maps is starting also next week, and the tournament will actually start on May 8th. In the meantime, on Games Planet, there is a sale going on dedicated to the Panzer Corps franchise. On Wednesday, we'll also do a Panzer Corps 2 episode of What's Your Mod? Edmund, can you tell us what you're going to do with Panzer Corps in the chat? That'd be great to know what you have planned to do for Panzer Corps 2. What is the biggest not announced project you can talk about? Felipe, what is the biggest not announced project you can talk about? There's a game with tanks that we haven't announced. What else? There's a game with I can't say the other one. I'd say the game with tanks is that we haven't announced yet. Oh, and there's a game with a world map and stuff happening. Is that a teasing? Is that a teasing jingle or there's quite a lot of games that we haven't announced. There's also a number of games that we have announced, but we haven't been saying anything about for a long time. So get ready for some, not in the next month or couple of months, but after that in the summer that we'll have more announcements to come. I am unbelievably excited about the idea of a game with a world map and stuff. Genius. Well, there's more to that, but I can't say anything. But yes, if a world map with stuff excites you, imagine, what we haven't announced can do. He's just announced CMO. No, Joe. No, that wasn't CMO. That wasn't CMO. CMO 4. Oh gosh, you made me work hard. CMO 2. Where are we at? I think if you ask Dimitris, we're probably already at CMO 5 or CMO 6 right now. Anything more DLC for Valorant Victory? Blast Pop. I think this is the question of the day. You win question of the day, Blast Pop. And my answer is very probably yes. CMO4 confirmed. Yes, exactly. Let's do it. Yeah, just throw numbers on the table. I've said about Panzer Corps. Yes, I said about Panzer Corps. Oh, yes. One thing. We've released Flashpoint Campaigns Southern Storm today on Steam, and there's also a 25% discount. I just was forgetting about it. Yeah, go buy it. What are you doing here? Just listen to me. Buy Flashpoint Campaigns with a 25% discount. Oh, and there's a big sale on Fantasy General 2 as well at the same time. Whew, we're just going crazy here. Next week, we're all any hope for certain spiritual successor to Steel Panthers by 2x3 games. Torchlight. Every time somebody asks about it, I get a bit sad because my answer is always, I mean, at least recently, no. 2x3 is actually working on something. Actually, this is another thing that we haven't announced. It's actually working on something, and I've seen it in action last week on Friday, and it is awesome. Can't say anything about it, but it's just really cool. That's the next thing, but from 2x3 is you wouldn't expect it at all. Really cool. And it's not Elden Ring 2. And does it have a map? Yes. Yeah, yes, it has a map. Yeah, well, it's 2x3 game, so you have a map. But the next question after the map, I can't answer. Um, does it have a world map? No, Joe, it doesn't have a world map. This is exciting. You asking all these questions. It's like, can you guess what it is now? I think I have to stop. Otherwise, somebody was gonna kill me. Like, I hope Eric is not listening. Is this guy some kind of skinny dust clone? Like me? Maybe yes. Yes. Thank you, Lituanos. You've just found out about my Dune shirt. Yes, I'm usually doing Star Wars shirts, but I'm running out, so I have to use some other ones I've got in my closet. I was saying next week will be in Manchester Central for Warhammer Fest. Warhammer Fest is the biggest Warhammer event ever. This year, it is going to be the biggest Warhammer event ever. Uh, I don't know how many people will go through the door, but it's going to be major, major. I'm having to skip that one because I'll be on holiday. But the guys are going to be there. Francesco, Paolo, Annie, and Callum will be there at our stand. We've got 8 computers where you can play Battle Sector and Gladius. We're also running a tournament, a Battle Sector live tournament. If you want to subscribe to that, follow the instructions that Francesco and Edmund will give you in the chat, and make sure you show up. I'm excited because after WASD, or sorry, WSD in London, this is the second big consumer show we're doing this year, and it's not over. So we're doing a lot more of these. Expensive, interesting, because our games are not usually sort of suitable for live shows like these ones, but we're trying to target the right places and right shows and make sure that you can play the games and experience what something that's new, and you announce stuff as well, and all that kind of thing. So um, Warhammer, of course, Warhammer Fest, we're not going to announce something. It's more about the game, and you'll be able to play the latest version of the game, which includes, if you've downloaded the latest update that we've released on Monday, it includes massive upgrades to planetary supremacy mode, lots of fixes and things. I won't go into the detail of the plan sub upgrades that Black Lab has been working on, but it's pretty massive. And if you want to know more about these changes, check out the Battle Sector page, and the latest news you'll find is about that. In Battle Sector no news, of course, the game will receive a lot more content this year. We're working on the next big DLC, which we can't. I think we've said what it is. No, I don't think we said what it is. So I won't tell you what it is, but I think some of you guessed right at some previous tea time. It's going to be massive DLC. We're going to sort of have, I think, at least 2, if not 3 DLCs coming this year. So it's quite a lot of stuff being produced on Battle Sector. And Gamer, another storyline, not on the next one, but we're working on something towards the campaign storyline type thing, and we're going to keep you posted about it. There's plans for that, and this is, I hear, and I know one of the biggest requests we've got from players around the globe, add more story to Battle Sector, add more story to Battle Sector. We've been hearing that for quite a long time. So we know that's a big thing that you guys want to be added to the game. In terms of other big things, um, some of you was asking in the earlier chats and also on our uh, letters to Slitherine service. I invite you to check it out because it's a thing that we are using a lot to track what are the questions that players are asking about our games and what is important to them, what they want to know, and so on. So if you have any question or any topic that you would like be covered, write a set letters to Slitherine at slitherine.co.uk. You'll have a chance to sort of ask questions that are a bit more articulated and complex. And one of the questions we had on the service was, the future combat mission. Combat mission, of course, we've just launched the Battle for Normandy game and the related DLCs. The next one we're launching is Red Thunder. It's planned to release within this quarter, so between May and June. I think it's going to be June. That's going to be the next one. We're going to announce a release date for Red Thunder around early May, early to mid May. So stay tuned for that. We've got tournaments coming for Battle for Normandy, and there's a lot more on tournaments that we're planning. Of course, now that we have the tournament system and the PBM implemented, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. Thanks for posting the link to the service. I have a video for you. I want to show you a video of that we have just. I think it's going to release tomorrow, so this is a premiere. You're going to see a trailer video that we produced to promote the latest Distant Worlds 2 DLC, Ikuro and Dayut Factions. This has been developed and produced by video maker Tim Barton, who's someone who've been working with on the main release of the game back last year, and we've produced this I think amazing, really cool video about the two new factions. So I'll let you watch it.
The ancient secrets. The secrets of life are the key. Reaching out to these lost relics of a distant past is the highest ambition of all civilizations. They are the key to understand who we were and what drove us, the Ikuro, to this place. A hope to live in peace with all those we may encounter in our journey. They will guide us to serve the land and the sky, to live in harmony with the world, to nourish and thrive with it.
Ancient secrets. The secrets of power are the key. For us, the Dayut, they are a way to inspire our greater minds, to renew the glories of ancient times, to achieve victories through manipulation, and deceive those who will be left to wonder at our greatness. All other species will be subjugated, and the order will be restored. Two civilizations, two histories, one future. The secrets of tomorrow are hidden among these stars.
Ooh. Was good, right? I thought it was really good. And the I know I'm back. I was giving you a bit more. I was watching the trailer in on the screen. I was like, ooh, really cool. So yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting because the production of these videos requires a lot of choreography, and we're having a lot of fun making them. So hello, Robbie. I want to answer Wes's question about the timeline of Terminator. Yes, we're doing a game based on Dark Fate, on the Legion timeline, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason. The reason is that for what we're trying to do, so a game about the wars that preceded some of the events of Terminator, we had to we deliberately choose to use that timeline because it allowed us more freedom to create a story that's compelling and really, really, really cool. So I have to say, you'll find all the characters, you'll find not only the characters, the machines and things, but I guarantee that the actual narrative behind the game is absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely awesome. So give it a chance. I hope that you at least try and see what it is all about, and you come back in the future for future updates on the game, and if we convince you that it's probably an interesting idea to test it out, we'll have you on board. Um, Yeah, exactly. So it's now my duty to get you back and to make you like the game and the storyline. Um, will this be turn-based or real-time? It will be a real-time. It is a real-time strategy game, no base building, narrative-driven, mixing different elements of action, of survival, of uh, army management, there's character management, there's a nice layer where you actually improve your units and such. So it's definitely an RTS game with deprived of all the, sort of complexities of, resource management and base building and all kind of stuff. So it's very much an action-based RTS. Um, so that's also it gives the company to explore other stories. Well, Felipe, the idea of Terminator is that of Dark Fate Defiance is that we wanted the story to be shared with with Skydance and agreed with them, but also something that we could explore, but expand in the future as well, and making sure that having having that type of setting would allow us to do that for the actual release and for the future of the narration that we're trying to achieve. It's not easy when you develop a game based on a property because you have to be strict about a certain number of things, and but you want your freedom to create, your storyline and such, and especially when it comes down to these big franchises. Um, you know, canon storylines are somehow um somehow you've got to sort of make them work within the what the game is. So what we're doing is Stargate and Terminator on both these occasions is that we want we want to create our own world, but within a set frame. And I think in different ways we're doing it for both of these games. I'm excited about it, and I think that it will come down a lot will come down to how good we've been at creating the story and with the license owner. In this case, Terminator Terminator case is Skydance, and in Stargate case is MGM, how we have created a story and how this story, is driven by the game and vice versa. So I hope you like it, and I'm pretty excited about both. I mean, you guys know that I am a big fan of the Stargate game, and it's my little pet project thing. But I'm excited about Terminator, and I'm willing to show you more. And the beta and the Discord will be a good place to find out about Terminator. Absolutely. Subscribe, slitherine.com/beta. If you want to give it another go at the 15 seconds trailer, we'll then close up with the stream schedule. So, for instance, that is like one map, and we've captured the footage there, but there's a lot of environments, a lot of different settings and such. There's so one of the things that we were arguing about with Julia when we put together the trailer is like, what do we show just a little bit, or do we show more units? Do we show like, and Julia was very adamant in saying, we just show a very limited number of things in this one. Try to do a good job with that, and I think it just it's important that we tell you more as we go, but you also know that this is a very very small fraction of what you'll find in the game. The schedule for the streams after this, we have Gamer. And sorry, Gamer, I stole about 5 minutes of yours, but go on until you want. Flashpoint Campaigns Southern Storm to celebrate the release on Steam. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., we have Richard York playing Field of Glory 2. And at 8 p.m., we have Sergeant Z Dog playing Starship Troopers. And he's going to play with the scenario editor. Good luck, Sergeant Z Dog. Good luck. Show us some very cool things. And York Dog at 10 p.m. is playing Master of Magic, the most recent update. On Monday, Hexaboo will play Shadow Empire Oceania at 4:15, and Gamer is playing Gamer again, Flashpoint Campaigns, Southern Storm at 6:15, and Edmund will play What's Your Mod Panzer Corps 2 on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Next week and the week after, there won't be any tea time. I will be on holiday and in wonderful Scotland, so I won't be doing any live streaming from Scotland. But I'll be seeing you for a very special tea time, like a very very special tea time, on May 11th. On that will be the week where we have all the company coming here. Now I still have tea, Lituanus. I won't have tea time. But so we have all the company coming together. It's going to be a lot of fun, and so we'll have a tea time, a special tea time happening on the Thursday, the 11th, usual time, and hopefully we'll have some nice guests for this occasion. Also, guys, check out the Terminator beta. There's, of course, go by Flashpoint Campaign Southern Storm, and I will now see you in 1 to 3 Thursday, on the third Thursday, May 11th. I'll see you soon. Bye.